Hello and welcome to Chesapeake Weekly. Well, it was a day of celebration and awe last week at the Chesapeake Public Libraries for their first ever Work Like a Girl event. Women from a wide variety of professions met with young girls to show them all the opportunities that lay ahead of them, because really, if they can see it, then they can be it. Take a look.
So what you'll see behind me is a variety of women in different fields, some heavily male dominated, some you wouldn't think about. And we would just want our girls to come in and introduce themselves and meet women who do just amazing things every single day to inspire them to do amazing things.
I have always, been into youth development, and I want to make sure I'm able to develop future leaders of America. And for me, working in the National Football League, it just kind of, magnifies my platform a lot more, because I'm saying the same things I've been saying for the past 15 years in the classroom. It's just now the kids, they pay attention a lot more because I have a blue check next to my name on social media, right? And for them, it's all about the blue check.
I didn't know what a Coast Guard was until I talked to those people over there. And I think I've also learned the one I might want to go to might be I kind of want to go to the police officer.
I love that girls and young women want to be a part of industries that are not normal or that are very interesting, but usually are male dominated. Amazing. All these girls just love different things. We have coding and engineering and the fire people and the Coast Guard and of course roofing and construction.
What's been some of the questions that you've gotten from the young ladies?
So how did I get here? What did I study in school? What's my favorite part of my job? Anything is possible. You can be anything. When girls can see someone ahead of them, they can aspire to be that.
And really, the highlight of that entire event was guest speaker Maya Shaka, the first ever Black female NFL officiant. So this really impressive, groundbreaking woman brought with her her knack for education and inspiration in her keynote speak to the group.
At my level, I look at it as I'm just an official. And I think just by me and my demographic, it means more to others. It means more to my community than it does to me. I'm not trying to say that what I'm doing is meaningless, because it has such a huge impact on young ladies that are looking at me. But for myself, in order for me to want to be treated like an equal, that's something I just don't bring up. I don't have to, because, it's already on my face. They can see it when I walk in. My pants fit a little different. I have a big, large ponytail that sticks out the back of my hat, so I don't have to announce that I have arrived. It's just there. It speaks for itself. So the National Football League is really considered part-time or seasonal, because we really work 6 months out of 12, even though it's a full year commitment. It's crazy. But, since games are played on Sunday, I do have the luxury of still being able to work with a job full-time. And by me working with Achievable Dream, that's a nonprofit I work with now, that provides me more flexibility to work than it would for me working with a regular school district. So it just works hand in hand. So the players are really happy to see me out there. I've gotten so many handshakes and congratulatory moments, from players on the field, because they're excited to see me there, because I'm representation for their daughters. And their mothers are excited to see me out there. They have sisters, so that's something that they're very happy to see. And with coaches, you can never really completely satisfy them, but one of the most gratifying moments is after a game and the coach tells you that you did a good job. That's amazing, because coaches aren't very complimentary, especially, in the heat of the battle. I haven't made it. I do have my own nonprofit that I'm now starting to kick off. It's rolling out. It's brand new, MMC, which stands for Make Meaningful Change. And for me, I've always worked with either at-risk youth, or right now I'm working with an Achievable Dream, which is a smaller demographic of underserved communities. And for me, I always just wanted to make sure that I'm able to branch out and serve more youth in Hampton Roads. Because, working in Virginia Beach school system, I'm serving strictly Virginia Beach students. And there are programs that are specifically just for Norfolk or just for Chesapeake. And so for myself, I want to create something that's more inclusive for everyone. And it's not just, not just catering to a specific city or a specific community.
So what's the funnest part of the job?
Officiating?
Yeah.
Being able to tell your favorite players what to do every single Sunday, and they have to listen to me.
So cool. That was such a cool event. Thank you to our public libraries for providing such things for our kids. Now on to construction projects taking place all throughout the city. Public Works Information Coordinator Jason Brown was recently on an episode of Peak Life where he gave updates on a wide variety of different kinds of projects happening all throughout the city. So we're picking one of those to highlight today, and it's the Mount Pleasant Road widening project. Take a look.
The major east-west thoroughfare bringing traffic to and from Chesapeake, Virginia Beach, and this goes right into the heart of Great Bridge. So we have been under construction on that project for some time now. This is phase 1 of the widening, and this phase of the project runs between where the Chesapeake Expressway is, all the way going eastward until you get to Cooper's Ditch. So right there at Fentress Road.
Not into
area.
the ditch. But
not into the ditch,
okay.
right. But right there at Fentress Road, Beauregard, that section in there, we are widening that and adding a third lane in the center,
Really?
that dedicated turn lane, because the problem that we've seen historically
it
is
backs up because of the turn.
exactly. If you've got mail vehicles, you've got our city waste management vehicles, all these other kind of vehicles that have to make stops, you know, UPS, delivery, Amazon, whatnot. They need to make stops, and without a dedicated center lane, that holds up traffic on a very well-traveled road. So the addition of this dedicated turn lane is going to give folks who have to turn onto the residential streets that line Mount Pleasant Road a safe storage place to do that, as well as allowing the east-west capacity to keep moving forward there. We are almost done on phase 1 of the construction. We are targeting a completion of May of this year.
Really?
Weather and materials delivery, obviously everyone's familiar with the supply chain challenges that the construction industries face due to COVID and other economic factors. But we're looking forward to getting this all wrapped up, they say by the end of May.
So that episode of Peak Life really is chock full of information. You don't want to miss it. So a lot of projects were discussed between Jim and Jason. You can find that whole episode at youtube.com/Chesapeake Television, and we'll be highlighting select parts of it over the next few weeks. So definitely stay tuned for that. And at any point throughout the year, you can find the latest on active public works projects on their web pages at cityofchesapeake.net/publicworks. Just look for the active projects page. Well, it's Fix a Leak Week, an important time to check on the health and wellness of your plumbing system. So do you know how much water is wasted when a single toilet is left leaking? Well, our friends at askhrgreen.org wanted to ask some community members about that, and here's what they found.
At askhrgreen.org, we get asked, well, lots of questions regarding the environment. And our experts have been dishing out lots of answers. After all, our mission is to keep Hampton Roads well-informed and in the know. But we thought it was time to turn the tables and ask our residents what they know. Can you guess how many gallons of water per day can be wasted by a leaking toilet?
10 gallons a day?
I would say 20.
100.
20 or 30 gallons, probably.
I have no idea.
30,000 maybe?
500.
Could it be 25 gallons?
Actually, it could be up to 200 gallons of water that are wasted. And do you know how to check to see if your toilet is leaking?
No.
Yes. My husband does.
I think you put dye in the tank.
I guess check your water bill occasionally.
If you see water on the floor.
No.
You listen and you can hear the little that runs constantly in your house, and it drives you crazy.
All of those are good, but be proactive and put a dye tablet or a few drops of food coloring in the tank. After about 15 minutes, if you see colored water in the bowl, you know you have a leak. What's good to know? In the average home, leaks can waste as much as 10,000 gallons of water every year. So what's good to do? Check for leaks. One way is to check your water meter before and after a 30-minute period when no water is being used. If the meter does not read exactly the same, you probably have a leak. Replace the inexpensive rubber toilet flapper. Many times this is the source of a leak. Even better, this is a relatively simple do-it-yourself project. Also, be sure to check your water line connections, both inside and outside, for leaks. Replace worn-out washers and tighten the connections. So now you know what's good to know. Find other resources like this video at askhrgreen.org, where you'll find everything you can do for a cleaner, greener Hampton Roads.
So remember that leaks are often invisible. So it could be a leak from your toilet that you just don't notice is happening, or it could even be something underneath your house. So the pipes underneath your house could be leaking pretty much without you even knowing it until you get that bill. So if you've noticed some major changes in your water bill and have questions about it, reach out to the Public Utilities Department to get some more information, or for a quicker solution, you might want to call in a professional to really take a look at the health of your plumbing system. Chesapeake Recycles Day is back. So on Saturday, March 19th, from 9 a.m. to noon, bring your old electronics, sensitive documents, and household hazardous waste for proper disposal. Goodwill, SIPSA, Shred It, and TFC Recycling are partnering with the city to collect a wide variety of items. So that includes electronics, clothing items, household hazardous waste, and sensitive documents. Now, there will be 3 other events this year at different locations around the city, so if this one isn't convenient for you, just wait for the next one coming up. You can find all of those locations and more information about what is accepted at cityofchesapeake.net/recyclesday. Now, as the city continues to work towards resuming curbside bulk and yard waste collection, we are adding an additional opportunity for drop-off at the Greenbrier transfer station. So residents can now bring their bulk and yard waste items to the SIPSA transfer station in Greenbrier, located at 901 Hollowell Lane, on Mondays and Wednesdays from 8 to 5, and on Saturdays from 8 to 4, and Sundays from noon to 4. Now, the 12 per year limit on bulk waste collections remains suspended, so drop-offs will not count towards that cap. Additional details about rules and limitations on items accepted at the SIPSA transfer station can be found at sipsa.com. The Department of Development and Permits is returning to their normal operating hours for their Permit and Plan Review Service Desk. So that service desk is located on the 2nd floor of City Hall, and they are going back to their normal Monday through Friday 8 to 5 schedule. They had changed it previously due to COVID staffing issues. Those new hours will start on March 17th, but really the best way to get a permit at any time is to do it online by using eBuild. You can access that at cityofchesapeake.net/eBuild. It's a very easy system to use, and there are directions and FAQs and instructions right there for you on the webpage. Well, the first event for the 2022 Chesapeake Forum is coming up next week. So the first guest speaker is Dave Barry, a Pulitzer Prize winning writer. He's a professional humorist with a syndicated newspaper column and 30 fiction and nonfiction books. There was even a CBS sitcom in the 90s based off of his writing. The event is on Tuesday, March 22nd, and it starts at 7 p.m. with music from local student musicians, and the keynote speech starts at 7:30. To get tickets for the event or a season pass for all 3 events of 2022, visit thechesapeakeforum.org. Chesapeake Mayor Rick West will give his 2022 State of the City address at an event on Thursday, March 24th at the Chesapeake Conference Center. Tickets are available for the speech and luncheon through the Hampton Roads Chamber of Commerce at hrchamber.com. Now, if you can't attend the luncheon in person, we will be carrying it live on Chesapeake Television, which you can find on your TV at Cox Channel 48, Verizon Channel 43, and we will also be streaming it live online at cityofchesapeake.net/live feed. And of course, we will have the video up online for you after the fact so that you can watch it on demand at youtube.com/Chesapeake Television. Thank you so much for watching. Everyone have a wonderful week, and we'll see you right back here again next week.